launching an attack over here. He's not going to be in position to defend his expansion. The worm's popping up now, but Protoss looks like he's going to go for the base race. They're not unloading their men, though. Zerg realizing he needs to defend his own base because his tech buildings are up there. This choke is definitely going to favor the Protoss. He does snipe that High Templar, though, so there won't be any storms. Well, no storms from him. Still a lot of good storms going down. This Ultra's just takes so much damage, though. Ultra's trying to pound up the Zealots, though, blocking the ram like good meat shields. Archon also up there doing a bunch of damage. These Ultralists are really in bad positioning to do this. There's so much stuff blocking it. Looks like the Protoss player's going to get away with a win here. These Ultras trying to get the Stalkers and do a ton of damage to them. But the Archon's just blocking their way. 4 more Ultras are on the way, though. I don't think they're going to finish in time to stop this attack. There are 2 Archons, a bunch of Stalkers left over. Roaches coming in now. Oh, these Ultralists got it. And they're going to be able to get those weak Stalkers. So the Ultras now to 48-2 with that really quick attack speed. And the Zerg player is going to turn this away. Will he use this nice network to attack this base? There are only 2 photon cannons, and he does have Ultras, which do an astounding 85 now to those buildings. We only have 4 more Templar and some Zealots warping into the Protoss. Protoss player's arms are almost gone. He's going straight into Archons now because he realizes how effective they are. 3 Archons here going to try to hold this back. Splash damage from the Ultras being absolutely devastating them. They are trying to run away. This one's at 2 HP trying to regen his shields now. He gets splash damage there. He goes. Archons coming in from behind though. Gonna try to do some damage. However though, he did save his expansion like that though. Using those Archons to get away. Carapace probably going to be done soon for the Zerg, giving these Ultras 6. He's going to go for a Nexus snipe now. These Ultras from behind are going to do a lot of damage. But he's going to be close if he can take this out. Those Stalkers will do the extra damage to Ultras and Roaches. He does not get the Nexus snipe, though, as it is continuing to mine. But the Zerg player does have his pace up. These Ultras just being cool and saying, I can kill a pylon. Anyone can kill a pylon, but I can do it fast. These Archons also sitting on 3 weapons. It's been a crazy macro game here, but the map's going to start to run dry soon. Each player only has 2 mining expansions, except the Zerg has this kind of mining expansion. There aren't that many resources left in it, he's not mining that many. The Zerg player look like he's just building Ultras now, only has a few on the field. Sitting at 139 army, Protoss player at 113, but you got to think most of those are probes at this point. I mean, these armies do not look that big for at this point in the game, because it's been just such a back and forth game. Ultras now going to realize they need to run away, except these Ultras pop out of the nice network. That's a lot of Ultras he just had pop. 4 more Ultras on the way. Protoss player really needs to get some Mortals. I mean, Mortals are just so good against Ultralists with 50 damage a shot. These Ultras just running around to whichever Nidus network, you know, they feel like it. You know, it's just, I want this Nidus network, I want that one. Protoss player just trying to secure all of his expansions, make sure the Ultras cannot get to them, and cannot take out any crucial Nexus. Still didn't have a Robo Bay going down to the Zerg. Really surprised to see him not getting any Immortals. Is he going to try to finally make a move on this? Dinosaur here can just pop out Ultras at will. Here they come. The problem is they're in really bad position. There's only 2 or 3 Ultras able to attack at a time, but that is so many. They'll probably be able to fight through all that. I think that's enough Ultras to grab the Protoss player. Protoss player getting stuck up on that cliff a bit. Ultras doing a cool little pincer sound. This guy only at 14 health. He's leading the charge. He's such a baller. He's not going to die. He's like, I'm at 14 health, 2 kills. I don't want to die now. Burrowing there. That's a great move by the Zerg player. Next time this Protoss force comes in, sees them move back there, tries to snipe the hatchery. All those Ultras just going to unburrow. Going to focus, face him. But does he have a detector with him? Because he did just snipe that Roach. It does not look like he has an observer with him. I don't know how he killed that Roach. Maybe that Roach was only half burrowed. These Ultralists, you don't see Ultralists burrow that much, so when you do, you have to draw attention to it. They're so cool in their burrow. They're just like rocks. Kind of weird rock formations popping out. More Roaches going down now for the Zerg player, going straight into the Nidus network. Really good strategy. You don't see enough Zerg players using that Nidus network. Just connect all their bases and defend it. Protoss player now has 5 Archons going down, getting a lot more Zealots. Zealots, I don't think they're the correct choice against Ultras, though, because the Ultras have that 3 armor and Zealots attack twice, so an armor is like doubly effective against them. Zerg player now unburrowing his Ultras right as the attack was coming. Oh, that's just too bad timing on the Zerg's part. Another Nidus Storm going up for easier transport. These Ultras trying to get a good surround. Sidestorm's going down. Going to be kind of effective, also going to hurt the Zealots, which are being meat shields. Protoss player looks like he's definitely got enough to handle this. More Ultras and Roaches coming out of the Nidus Storms. Going to turn this attack around, probably. And there it goes. The Zerg player really needs to spread the creep over here, though. Definitely help him chasing these guys down. The Speedlings are going to try. This has just been a back and forth tug-of-war game all day. These Archons at such low health. Well, shield, they're always at low health. Is the Protoss player going to try to push over here? This Nidus Swarm's probably going to discourage him from doing it. If he can get a snipe out, the Zerg player's going to need to reinforce through these Nidus net, which he is loading them up now, just in case the reinforcements going to come. Still no one's taking this island expansion. I think people overlook the island expansion too much. This Roach being just a scout up here. You got one attack off before you die. Before the operating Roach. That guy too. This one's going to start unloading guys like crazy. Going to try to pursue those Blink Stalkers though. Can run away from most of these Zerg units. Another Nidus Swarm going up somewhere. I don't see it in a Protoss base. These guys are going to try to sneak around. Going to try to take out one of these last mining bases. This is the last mining base for the Protoss. The Protoss counter-attacking up the middle though, sniping another Nidus Swarm. Every 100 resources of each type you get is good. The Zerg player can take this out though. He might just win this game right now because the Protoss player will have 0 income. The Protoss player realizing he needs to take that, sending all his guys in from behind. The Zerg, pretty good spread out here though. Cannon's going down. These Ultras getting in the back. Roach is trying to do as good as they can against all the Zealots. Ultras too, but these Ultras in the back are just going to splash damage the Protoss to high heaven. These Ultras looks like they're going to take out this base and trade Protoss' income down to 0. Protoss is probably going to have a GG here though, even though he has the army advantage. He cannot be able to macro up another army really quickly without this base. Yeah, the Stalker's taking out, cleaned up the last of the Roaches and the Ultras. The Zerg player already is an Ultras, several other Roaches on the way. The Protoss player, even though he's a bunch of money, he will not be able to make that more people. I mean, he does have like 300 of each. The Zerg player getting really high on minerals here, so they need to make it work. That's what I'm There's semu GG. Great macro game there by the Zerg player, taking out that last expansion. Good use of Ultralis, Burrow, all kinds of stuff. Well, that was MD Starcraft. This is my first cast. I'm going to be casting a lot more games that I just find randomly online. Hopefully they'll have Ultras or Battle Cruisers or something like that in them. Signing off.